And go ahead.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, JFEW, for talking about physical media. You know, that was very informative, and thanks for the panel here of the crew for giving their input. Now we're going to come into our second topic, which is indie wrestling. Yeah, that's right. And this one is going to be brought on by Hess. So Sgt Hess, give it to us.
And perfect timing because the game is on, Chris. The wrestling game is on. Look at that.
Cool. Oh, he got it in the background. Yeah.
He
All right, that. Someone's playing.
He planned that. He's on his computer. Hey,
he's a player.
Remotely controlling it,
yeah. So anyway, so there's not, too much. I mean, I think he's getting fired up. I know WBW or Warrior Pre Wrestling had their first show back in over a year. That was tonight. I'm going to check in with them, see how that went. I've been finding some interesting ones on Facebook. The other night I found one called Knockout Wrestling, which is in Northern Florida. And I saw some familiar faces, and they had a show there. And one of the things that the moderator was saying, or the commentator was saying, was that because of the pandemic, and he was right, if you can get a show up, there's so much talent out there willing to work that you can get anybody you want, really. And the nice thing I saw was, and you were right, JFEW, I did find CCW. They have I think it's Tuesday nights. It's called CCW Alive, right? And it's the live stream on YouTube for their wrestling. And it was one of the best matches I've seen in a while. They had Kid Flight. They had Vince Steele. There was a four tag team match at the end with Vince Steele and a couple other big guys. But the great thing was that not only were these guys wrestling in the ring, so I guess their CCW has like a warehouse facility that they wrestle in, right? And not only were they wrestling in the ring, they were jumping over the ring into the crowd. There was quite a few people there, mind you. So they were actually going over the barriers. I mean, Kid Flight, I mean, that guy is crazy. He's flying over everything. The main event ends up in the parking lot where you see Vince Steele bringing a guy out there, and he's smashing his head into the food truck. There's people out there in the food truck. I'm telling you, it was like I was sitting here rolling. It was like one of the best things I've seen in a long time, and it was nice to feel that things are starting to come back. Obviously people were wearing masks in the crowd and they were spaced out as much as they can, but the momentum's there. The crowd is there. They're cheering. The Knockout Wrestling, the crowds were cheering. They had tag teams going on. They had, they're really putting the effort out there to bring it all back, and then of course, earlier in the week I put on WWE, and I'm like, it's just not the same. I can't sit here and watch these guys and there's TVs around them. I mean, the crowd participation to me is 50% of the show.
Oh, for sure.
The energy from it, right? We've all been there. We've been to shows. So, I mean, hopefully things start really getting back into action. I'm actually anxious to find out what the results were from tonight's show or WVW. And I'm enjoying watching the shows on YouTube until I can get out there. I'm definitely waiting for Bogy to say, hey, Sweetwater is coming back and we're going to have a blowout. I did hear the numbers are going down, just so you know. I did hear it,
and that is good news.
Yeah.
I like to enjoy wrestling live at the events.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time. It's hard for me to watch on TV, and it's hard for me to sit there and watch a 3-hour show. I don't know. To me, it's just not the same how it used to be.
It's not.
And even before the pandemic, to be honest, I mean, it was. I just find it kind of boring, unless it was like a special event like the Royal Rumble or like tomorrow's Elimination Chamber. I'm probably going to be watching that because of the stipulation with the steel cage. That's going to be cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just
I don't think the talent is there. I mean, last night, I was telling you guys earlier, last night I clicked on a video where it was the Royal Rumble, and I was, even though, and rest in peace, a lot of those guys are no longer with us, like Randy Savage and Superfly, Snuka, and those, and to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan
That's
come
the
out,
promo.
and to hear Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon commentating, and they're like, he's rooting for Flair, and
Yes.
and Flair and the Bulldog have been in there 50 minutes already. They were 1 and 3. And those guys were electrifying. They got you into the crowd. I mean, Sid Justice came out, Hulk Hogan came out, icons. You said you liked the big guys. What was Sid Justice? 6'6", 6'5",
6'9".
6'9"? Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he was like a solid mass, right? You don't see that no more with the new guy. And I was even texting to somebody. I was watching the storyline where Flair came out with one of the chicks, and against his daughter, and they were trying to seem like he was a father of this chick's baby. I'm like, come on, you just can't follow that stuff. But that's why
It's
it is. Indie wrestling is just like hockey. They don't get
it's
paid
the
a lot.
writers, man. It's the writers. They just, I don't know what's going on there, man. But the writing is terrible.
But the heart's not in it either, though. The heart, I don't feel the heart is in it the way they were in Indy. Like I said, it's like, to me, it's like hockey. Hockey players don't make that much money, but they go all out. What I mean? And you take indie wrestlers, they don't make that much money. Well, they make $30 a night. Even behind the scenes, but they make $30-$40 a night. On indie, and some of the money goes to, if they, if somebody brings in like Buff Bagwell, he might get a few $100s, which is taking money out of the other guy's pockets. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, speaking of, I know you mentioned Psycho Sid.
Mm-hmm.
There's a YouTube channel called Wrestling Bios, which is an awesome channel. And recently, he released a video about Psycho Sid and his time in the WWF. I think you should really check that out.
I will.
Oh, stupid robot. Sorry.
Because have you ever seen the series? Was it The Dark Side of the Ring? Yes. Where they talk about like the Chris Benoit and the Snuka, and I didn't know the whole backstory about Randy Savage and how she died. I mean, it was amazing to watch. That to me, that series, when they talk about the screw job, the Canadian screw job, and you see the whole. Yeah. I mean, that if you haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring, you need to go on YouTube and check it out. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's an amazing show. It really is.
So to go ahead and echo some of the things that you've mentioned is funny. You mentioned about Macho Man these past few weeks, sporadically. When I drive to work or from work, I take advantage and listen to YouTube videos. And I was listening to a lot of Macho Man promos. Oh my God. He was so entertaining. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't revisited this in such a long time. I mean, I saw this as a small kid, but he was on top of his game. Yeah. And his character was him. Yeah. That's the way he talked. Even Hulk Hogan mentioned that his energy level when the cameras were off and they were just hanging out one-on-one, that was Macho Man. So that was real.
He was intense. He was all intensity. He was the real deal.
You learn so much if you watch his episode of Dark Side of the Ring, which I think is called the Match Made in Heaven, because it's mainly about him and Elizabeth. To find out he met her, she was working at a gym. He went to go work out and said, they started dating, and then he brought her in. I mean,
she was beautiful.
Yeah, they changed. She was the first lady of wrestling. Everybody knew that. He changed, but his work ethic, his ability, he was second to none. He just at times wasn't all there.
And he was all in, man.
Yeah, and then I like how he passed by hitting the car. The car crash. That was devastating.
I like when he got with Gorgeous George. Oh, she was so fine.
Sure.
Well, wait, but so I want another update before we move on here, because I won't waste too much time. Where's the few?
The few? Well,
another update on the few.
All right, yeah, and right here are all few.
Where are they?
So it's been a while that we haven't gotten together. Now
I don't see them.
COVID-19 has not helped that because it has been a while since we have gotten together. I think the last time we got together, JF.E.W, if you can help me, was a Sweetwater pro wrestling event. That's the last
year
time that we got together.
January.
as a group.
Yeah.
So and actually that I wanted to take this time also to kind of backtrack, since we're talking about indie wrestling. Want to talk about that, we are right here, we are huge wrestling fans that have supported independent wrestling. Now the few began back in 2014 as a group of wrestling fans that we definitely got to see a lot of the great promotions that that have been around in the Miami area wrestling scene. So we definitely know about it. We've contributed. If you go on YouTube, you can type in The Few Show. We actually have a quite a few episodes of wrestling, interviewing wrestlers, managers, referees, female wrestlers, tag teams. I mean, we've had a great time with connecting with the Miami area wrestling scene. As for lately, yeah, no, it's been a big challenge. I'll tell you the truth. Me myself, I'm gonna be waiting to make sure that I feel comfortable when I can go to a next event due to the COVID-19 times that we're at. But it will be nice to finally one of these days or one of these months get together for an event and represent because we definitely have a very strong group and we're very close and tight knit. So we're definitely looking forward to something like that.
I need my shirt. I don't have a shirt.
Oh,
I need a few
what
shirts.
size are you?
2XL.
2XL. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to work on that then. All right.
All right.
And then
And Bogy, I need a shirt to 3XL.
3XL. Okay. That's all your
3XL.
muscles, or because of your head is big?
Yeah, you need that big neck to get around that huge head of his.
And Chris is 4XL.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, when he puts on the Ghostbusters backpack. Yeah. Okay. 4XL. Got you.
They call them marshmallows.
All right.
So
All right, guys. Well, does anybody else have anything to add to the indie wrestling topic here?
Let's go.
Well,
let's go right.
the only thing that's missing.
Don't you say it.
Don't
what?
start.
I know where you're going with this. Don't even.
We got time here. We got a timetable here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave it at that.
All right. So thank you, Sgt Hess, for bringing us this second segment of indie wrestling. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
This was definitely a great conversation.
Thank you.
All right, so we're about to get into our third topic of this second episode, and that topic is going to be on HBO Max.
Yes.
Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard about HBO, and most of you guys know about Max. Most of you guys know about Warner Brothers movie theaters. But let's talk about what all that means, because there's a lot that's going to be going on here on 2021. And again, due to COVID-19. So in December of 2020, Warner Brothers announced that its 2020 movie lineup of theatrical releases was going to be released in HBO Max and theaters. So it's a big change. And you got to think about it. We have to kind of adapt to the times, and the times have dictated that, COVID-19 is making everyone think a little differently on how they're going to, make that bottom line, the bottom dollar. So Warner Brothers, which is a huge step, has designated their line of movies that's coming out in 2021 to be coming out not only in movie theaters, which, is going to be very limited, but of course, HBO Max. So I'm going to share with you guys there's quite a few movies that are in the lineup. I'm going to share with you guys the top 10 that for me has grabbed my attention. And I'm going to start from the 10th all the way down to the first one that I am looking forward to that is going to be coming out on HBO Max. And then just to mention also, Wonder Woman was, I guess, kind of like a test run.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie Wonder Woman came out December 25th, and it came out in movie theaters and HBO Max. And of course, whenever it comes out in HBO Max, it's usually going to be for about 30 days. Then after the 30 days, then it's going to be taken off of HBO Max.
Oh.
So I definitely enjoyed Wonder Woman, and it was great to watch it with my family here in the comfort of my own home, and with the safety that knowing that COVID-19 was not around us.
So
So
why did they take it off? I'm just curious. Why would they take it
think-
off?
The theaters.
what, for 30 days?
Yeah, because it
I
came
think it's a
out.
license.
So yeah, so that's the I guess that's the contract that
Oh,
they
okay.
have with Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers is also putting it on movie theaters,
Hmm.
but they're, of course, they're adapting to the times and also to the pandemic, and they're letting HBO Max release it for a 30-day span.
Okay.
After 30 days, it comes off.
I
But you
guess.
know what?
And-
I mean, within 30 days,
you
and
should
as
go to the
long as
movie
you have
theaters to watch
HBO
it.
Max, you better watch it at least one time.
Now,
Yeah.
did
And I
you-
think a lot. Go ahead.
Did you have to? I don't know. I mean, I heard people. Did you have to pay? You have HBO Max. But did you have to pay separately to watch that movie?
No,
Or was that included?
It's included. As long as you're a HBO Max subscriber,
Okay.
all of these Warner Brothers 2021 theatrical movies that are coming out are going to be included with no extra charge. So that's amazing.
That's very good.
It
That
is.
helps
It's
HBO
it,
Max
it's
to
it,
get subscribers.
yeah, it's amazing
I
because
mean, we have it. So
I remember like a few months back when Disney was doing Mulan,
they charge $30.
and they were charging $30. I guess
Yeah.
they were estimating how much you would spend with your family, right? Get
Mm-hmm.
some movie tickets. But HBO, man, you get the service, you get the movies. That's awesome.
No,
All
I
right,
mean,
so I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys my top 10 movies that I've seen on the list that is coming out in 2021.
all
I'm
right.
going to start off with the 10th one, which is the Tom and Jerry live action film that's coming out in February. That
I heard-
live action Tom and Jerry.
I heard about
My number 9 pick is Space Jam, and that one is with LeBron James, coming out in July.
that. Is that
my
a 2 or a
eighth pick is-
remake?
That's 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. The second one, because the first one was with Michael Jordan.
yeah.
My 8th pick is King Richard, and that one's interesting. I love history, and that one is going to include Will Smith.
Hmm.
My 7th pick is In the Heights. So that one is a musical,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like a musical in the streets of New York City. So it's going to be a lot of dancing around there. And you guys know I'm a NYC guy, born and raised there. So it's going to be awesome to watch Washington Heights being represented. My 6th pick is Dune. That's right, Dune, Dune. It's coming out in October. So, that's a remake. But of course, imagine with the technology and the special effects, it's going to look even greater than the original. My 5th pick is the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be very cool. And that was going to include WWE wrestler John Cena. He's
Mhm.
going to be in there. That's coming out in August.
Yeah.
Now, I
with
saw a
that one.
quick picture. Huh?
Yeah, with that one, they're actually doing a spin-off show with John Cena's character on HBO Max. So he's gonna have his own show called Peacemaker.
And
Wow.
it's funny. I saw his character, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I got to really see him in the movie, but his character looked kind of doofy. So
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm buying it.
I'll give you some backstory on that when you're done with your list.
All right. So at number 4, we have Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's right, man. If you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, you need to get there. That one is coming out in April. It looks freaking amazing.
That
At
should be number
number
1, man.
At number 3, I got Godzilla versus Kong.
That
The
looks-
Battle of the
Ooh.
Monsters. That one is coming out in April.
That'll be
And
epic.
it's amazing
no,
to see
that
this-
one's coming out at the end of March, actually.
Which is
Okay,
April.
that one is 2 iconic monsters of time. I mean, Godzilla has been around since like the 1970s or 60s.
Yeah.
And King Kong, of course, started black and white, back in the 30s or
Yeah,
40s.
It's gonna be
So
epic.
to have these 2 icons, battle it out, that's going to be something to watch.
I'm sorry. My real hero is not Kong. It's Donkey Kong. That's right.
Okay,
Donkey
at
Kong,
number
baby.
2, we have Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, Justice League came out in
That looked awesome.
2017, but this is Zack Snyder's version.
Hmm.
So a little bit of feedback, history on that. Director Zack Snyder, he had to step away from the movie because of personal reasons, and the end result of the movie was not his vision, so it didn't do as well. Now in 2020, it was finally confirmed that Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to be appearing in HBO. the way they're going to go ahead and present it to us, because you know, his vision, he was able to go ahead and direct it and direct a lot of scenes over, is going to be done as a 4-part miniseries, and each part is going to be 1 hour. So his vision is literally, at the end of this, is a 4-hour movie. So it's going to be ridiculous. We're going to see, you know, the whole storyline, but in his vision. So that's
so it's like a similar scenario with Superman 2. You remember that?
No, no, it's different because the Superman 2. Richard Donner was actually fired, and this time, Zack Snyder, he had a loss of in the family, and he had to step away.
No, but I'm saying the different version.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a different version, but the thing is that because of whatever reason happened between you know what he couldn't complete. You know, a lot of the fans. I mean, there was hashtags that were out there being pushed for years, and you know, finally the movie theaters had to succumb. So he was able to go ahead and do the movie in his vision. So we're gonna go ahead and be getting that in HBO Max, and that's gonna be coming out in March.
Yeah, and
some of the number one movie.
Wait,
number one.
Wait, I know number one.
I know
number one. I'm gonna say it's Bogy Libre. Bogy Libre. It's gotta be.
Okay. No, that was actually my number 11th pick, so I couldn't include it in this list. So to get to my number 1 pick of what would be coming out in HBO Max, which is amazing, and it's been like decades in the making.
Wait. Can we guess? And then you say
what it is.
No guesses. You guys already searched it and look at the list, and you guys already know what's coming up. So my number 1 pick here is Matrix 4 is coming finally. Yes, after so many years of will it come together? Keanu Reeves and all the guys are coming together, and actually it has been filmed, but they had to, you know, find a release time, a release date, and with HBO Max and Warner Brothers, you know, with the pandemic, this is going to come out December 22nd of 2021. Very special holiday movie around the Christmas season, and the plot at this point, as far as I saw, is still under lock and key.
Yeah, I heard he was filming overseas on that, so that should be pretty good.
So yeah, so guys, what do you think about HBO Max and Warner Brothers and what they're doing to adapt to the pandemic of COVID-19 and having this type of subscription where HBO Max is going to be having some blockbuster movies? So
hang on before we get into that, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back as it finishes this all up and give us our thoughts on that one. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back.